Welcome to Kiwis and Dragons, a D&D adventure from Aotearoa, New Zealand, the home of hobbits. Now, our intrepid party of adventurers consists of Duncan Daynut, a fighter with a heart of gold and a brain of turnip.
Grandma Daynut used to say, a horse in the hand is worth two in the forest.
Undra Vamis, a drowned I'm still thinking about it here. Undra Vamis, a drowned necromancer with a fascination of death and a mystery to solve.
I can, but I won't.
That's really beautiful.
Tell us what Grandma Daynut's saying meant.
Sure.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's almost the opposite of the title of your sex parchment, isn't it?
It is, yes, yes.
Tish Dusklight,
Yep.
a gnome bard that sings like an angel and talks like a mugger in a dark alley.
When the world's gone crazy and it makes no sense, there's only one voice that comes to your defense. Is it your mum? Hip points tapped out, your eyes search the room. One friendly face is all you need to see. But if there's one bard, just one bard, who'd lay down a tune to inspire, I hate to say it, it's probably me.
Tish Dusklight. Bard.
Beautiful.
Kia ora.
Not just bard, the bard.
The bard. Boom boom. Kia ora.
And Skjold Gunvarsson, a war cleric who left himself at home. Currently sitting, talking to his hammer. But no, seriously. It's a war cleric of Rowan who lets his hammer do most of the talking. Yeah. Skjold? Skjold?
Not going to be doing very much talking today.
Would be stuck in his mouth.
The Emma.
Emma. Would have had an untimely accident.
Oh.
Those things happen. I fell on it.
Yeah.
So it's like hammer time instead of din time.
Da, 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 da.
Nice.
Well, you join our intrepid party, having been woken up or disturbed mid rest through the first night of your travel to Anders Edge, whilst on the quest to fulfill a deal that you made with Ilvinus, a crossroads demon, to free a friend of his. You were rudely awoken by some arguing and stamping through the forest, and then a fight ensued with a rather kind of starved and emaciated looking hill giant who seemed to be going crazy with hunger for some strange reason, and then he was being chased or attacked, and then that giant attacked you, and then you took it upon yourself just to kill them both because that's kind of who you are.
Yep.
No, I tried to feed him and he just slapped it out of my hand, and that wasn't my fault.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
That was unfair, wasn't it?
One time I
Yes.
try not to be a murder hobo, and look where it gets you. I'm not going to bother in future.
A murder hobo.
But we join you as you stand there in the middle of the night. Not much light around. Two dead giants on the ground. Your horses somewhere else. What do you do?
Can we hear any other giants?
As the night quiet settles, nothing travels on the breeze. There's no rumbling, no disturbance of forest. Just a cool breeze and...
Well, we can either go and look for the horses in the dark, which is probably going to be quite hard, or we could just go back to sleep and hope they come back in the morning.
Because Morris is with them, eh?
Morris has gone with him. You bring
Okay.
them back.
Let's just go back to sleep then. We put Skjold on watch, we could all have a sleep.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Okay. So with Skjold taking the rest of the evening to watch, you rest as best you can. Sleep's a little bit kind of fitful, but you benefit from a long rest. All but Skjold, who's his rest is broken, but a bit like him. Yeah, and you wake quite early with the very breaking of dawn. As light is, it's just that kind of sleep. You just want to get going now.
I'll just, I'd like to do my stones
Well, that's
Oh,
a good
yes.
idea.
My lovely inspiration greenstones
Give them a rub.
Where do you keep your stones?
in my pocket,
Just straight in your pocket. Nice.
close to me.
Close
Yeah,
to you, always there.
yeah. I got an 11. That's a good one, eh?
That is. So they're very lucky stones today.
Finally.
Okie dokie. Oh, thank you, Tish.
That's all right. I rolled good for a change.
In the very kind of early morning light. What are you going to do? How are you going to find your horses?
Have the horses come back?
As you look around, no, there's nothing, no immediate sign of them.
Can I connect to the Morris?
Can you?
My kind of is within range.
Can you just roll a D100 for me? And what is the range? 500 feet?
He made it sound so simple, didn't he?
I know. I'll just do that. One moment. That's one of them and one of them, yes. The range is Morris of Moss.
What's a D100?
It's like a D10 and the other D10.
Oh,
One's got tens
'Cause
and
I've-
one's got ones.
I've seen one that was like a big roundy one.
Oh, no.
One-
Oh,
That
So
was
this one's
fancy.
got your 10s, 10, 20, 30.
Yeah.
And this one's got 1 to 10, so you roll them both and it
Oh.
tells you what the numbers are.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So I
So,
was-
is it, yeah, that's right. 500, is it 500 feet? We're 5 familiar?
No, it's just got
The
2
fun-
feet and 2 wings.
yeah.
Or unless it's the centipede, then it's got it like 100.
I'm trying to find the thing, but it says I have the thing. Features and traits.
Yeah, 100 feet.
100?
100 feet. Okay.
I believe you.
Trees could have barricaded them. Some
Okay.
rocks.
33.
Okay. So you sit down. Under it goes quiet. It's just serene.
Well, that's a refreshing change,
It
isn't it?
Yeah, serene under.
And as you reach out to link telepathically with Morris,
Oi, Morris, where are you?
suddenly in your mind's eye, you see a thicket of trees. And there's a horse just in front of you, chewing on something, some grass. You look down and Morris, you get the impression is perched on the back of one of the horses. There's this kind of big, kind of brown body in front of you, kind of fur and muscular, and then suddenly a neck rolls up and looks over, and the bird just kind of lifts. You see it taking flight into the sky.
Go up and have a look, see if I notice any landmarks.
Yeah. Make a perception check for me.
And again?
Well, you
That would
can
be-
you can use you've got your inspiration from your greenstones.
I want to use it up on this. Probably. We probably need horses. No! 7.
Lots of trees. Morris flies around. Spend a few minutes, and then you see a dead giant
Ah.
scoot, and then you look up. You see a little dwarf who's scratching his bum. You see see Tish there, who's just kind of like ambling around, singing to herself.
Okie dokie.
Scholes just kind of having a conversation with his warhammer.
That crazy boy.
Morris just kind of flies down towards you and it gets closer and closer, and you, without seeing, feel that kind of pressure of claws on your shoulder. Kind of little nuzzle,
Okay. Wakey.
peck of your
Hey,
ear.
Morris. Come on then, where are the horses? And I get up to start walking and he will...
Yeah. And he leads you. He takes flight and just kind of circles around and leads you back the way you've come.
Okay.
Just a little under about 80 feet, but they're off into the trees and
Yeah.
are kind of down a little ravine, and it seems settled. It takes probably, I'd say, about half an hour to find all of them, because they're a little bit scattered, but you get them all. You make your way back to the area, the crossroads where you encountered the giants, and their dead bodies are still there now as kind of birds start to chirp, and obviously morning's starting to come about. But yeah.
Okay. Is there anything fun eating them?
Oh.
No?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Early days. Okay. Okay, so we've got the horses.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Well done. Thank you for doing that. And then we'd searched all the giants already, hadn't we? If I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah, there
rightly.
wasn't very much
There
on
wasn't
them,
much on them.
at
Weird
all.
stuff, yeah.
Right. Sure, we'll just like give the horses a bit of a feed. I presume they have a nose bag or something like that, because I know about horses. And
So do I.
and then we'll have a little bit of breakfast. Then we head off. Eh?
Yes.
Okay.
I give Morris an extra little scratch under his chin.
Loves it.
He loves it.
Now, the journey to Ender's Edge, as discussed, it was about 4 nights, I think, 4 or 5 nights. That was the first. How does your journey kind of, what kind of pace are you making?
Well, I don't think we're in a massive rush, are we? So we're not going to like really beast the horses. We just go at a reasonable, like comfortable rate.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember. We had to go. Do we have to do something for Nigel before a certain amount of time? I can't remember what. Was there
It
a
was
time?
a long time, wasn't it? Or has we got something
No,
urgent?
this was the most time sensitive thing.
Mhm.
And then there's you had the 3 options, and then you decided to deal with this first for that reason. There is the kind of the underground goings on in Hawksmoor, where you think there are ties to the mining company and the criminal gang led by the Ironmonger,
Ironmonger,
and
yeah.
then there was the possibility of inserting yourself into Millerton directly to try and figure out what's going on there.
Well, we weren't in a great rush for it. I think
No.
it wasn't. Okay, we'll just take a reasonable pace then, eh?
Okay. So you follow the straightforward path to Millerton, making your way up to Lake Beale's Edge and following that track around. Can I just get someone to roll a d20, please?
Go, buddy.
The bottom is 4.
15.
The pace of the day is steady, and you kind of chew through those miles at a good rate. The day is dry, a little bit overcast, good travelling weather, but you get a good distance before and having lunch before you get to the point where it's maybe time to start looking for a new place to camp. And still being on the roadside, and there's not really a small hamlet that you come across at this point. And then at this point now, dusk rolls on after that first day's travel,
Okay.
but with no major incident. You're passing a couple of people here and there, but politely they wave to you, or they keep to themselves and just travel past. Whether it's someone just on horseback or a simple kind of caravan moving from one side to the other.
So we'll just find, before it gets dark, we find a camp for the night.
Okay, cool.
Just do a quick check for giants before we settle
Oh,
down.
yeah,
I think that's a
can
good
we?
idea.
Yeah, so someone just wants to make a perception check or kind of a nature check, a good camping, particularly good camping site.
Oh, yes, I'll do it. Yeah. Oh, yes. 12.
Oh, lovely.
Good, great nature, yes.
Oh yeah, you find a spot where there's a number of trees and it's a little bit higher up. You've got a good view of the road, so you can kind of see travellers coming to and fro. But there's a little space where you can light a fire and it won't be too obvious. But it suits your needs for the night.
We don't smell giants or something else
No,
on the wind or hear any strange
Or bugs.
noises.
no. Well, it's you have something to eat and talk. And wonder what on earth's going to happen to those 2 giants that are lying across the road, the main thoroughfare of travel. But that's not your problem today.
No,
But
No.
they'll be nibbled up in no
Yeah,
time.
the worms will have them.
Yeah,
That'll be fine.
yeah,
And the birds.
yeah. Mm.
Okay. Regards to watch.
Oh.
I took the watch last night. I need a good sleep.
I'll do the first bit and then you can do the second bit. You don't need that much
Yes.
sleep, don't you?
Yeah, you
Oh,
you can have a little short one.
I've been told that before.
I've seen it.
We all saw it that time he lit his ass on fire.
Yes.
Very talented.
Do you want to just roll a d20?
Oh, yes.
Doug?
Am I going high or low? I've gone for the middle 8.
It's a cooler night. There's a bit more of a stronger breeze, and it carries a freshness about it, coming that kind of strange saltiness maybe from the the lake, which the big body of water, which is nearing you. But yeah, other than that, it's a very quiet evening. There's no noises, no rushing of giants or wild animals to you. And before you know it, Undra is tapping you on the shoulder.
No,
salty.
I'll be tapping her.
What?
I shake her and go, Undra, giants! And I go, no, just kidding. Nothing's happened.
I restrain from giving him a slap. Duncan, well played.
Oh, thank you. I thought that was my best joke ever, that
Yes,
one.
yes.
I'm going to do that every night now.
And you see the dwarf roll over into his bedrolls, chuckling himself to sleep. Scold rolls. Stretches my beautiful hair.
Oh, it's just like his ear.
Would you like to roll a d20?
I would love to roll.
Was it you who got the
d20.
giants for us last time?
Yes.
Yeah, shivers.
Oh, that would be a natural one.
Wow.
It's going to be better than giants.
You're so talented.
You
Spontaneously combust to save my party.
for reasons unknown, it is a very quiet night. As Duncan pointed out to you as he was chuckling and going to bed, and there's a breeze, and it's a cooling breeze which you find particularly comfortable. So much so that as you're sitting there in the kind of that mindfulness, you just for a split second close your eyes, and very unlike you, whether it was the goings on of the night before, you kind of very quickly find that meditative state, which you know is a bit naughty, but it's quiet. You can still hear what's going on, and you just roll with it. You're fine. What could be worse than giants? And you dealt with that.
Shoulder will save us.
And then as you're there quietly thinking, you hear the voice in your head. You daughter, why do you try to run from me?
'Cause you're a bit shit in it. You're mean.
So you
Yes.
all me. Why do you insist on walking the land with those imbeciles? You should come back to us and take your rightful place in the dark.
I can, but I won't.
Well,
Sell it to me. Tell me why I should.
and you kind of in the your mind just goes completely dark, as if all the lights in the world have been shut off, and then you just hear in your head like something hard tapping on rock, and then the voice is louder. I shouldn't need to convince you, Undra, it is your rightful place. We can do great things. You could be quite the special one. Just say yes, and I will bring you into my fold. You don't need them.
Well, I know that. Thank you very much for your kind offer. But we want very different things.
No, we don't. Believe me. And then suddenly that blackness it shrouds on you, and you have this immediate feeling of something being right up in your face. You feel the presence, like someone is very much in your bubble right now, and it's big, and you feel suffocated, and you want to get out. You want your space, but you can't wake up. You can't break whatever this hold is on you. And in your ear, very closely and quietly, I will have what I want. Eventually. And you feel a breath run off the neck of you. And then suddenly you jolt forward and wake up, having, unlike you drifted off to sleep. And you look around. Duncan is asleep and Tish is snoring. Shold is just lying there. You kind of, was it a dream? What was it?
Morris, just come and give Mum a cuddle.
Oh.
To have him pop on my shoulder for a
You
bit.
look for Morris. He doesn't reply.
Morris,
No.
can I connect to him?
You quickly settle and close your eyes and yes, you can. You link with him quite quickly. And you are high in a tree. And you can see on the edge of his vision, you can see a foot. It looks like a bedroll. And you're kind of looking down, and then you feel Morris trying to move, but he can't. He's stuck.
Can you see anything else?
Not looking through his eyes.
No.
It's very much like he's got limited movement.
Oh.
Who's got my Morris? Can he call? Can he make noise? Can he move? Can he do
At that point, you
anything?
hear it like, "Ah, ah." Like it,
Can I sense which direction it is?
you open your eyes and immediately you kind of get a gauge of where he is and walk, and you can see him stuck. His wings spread wide unnaturally, as if almost kind of prostrate on like a cross type thing, but he's stuck in a very thick very thick set of spider's webs, which are very much on their own. They stand out like a sore thumb. Nothing else anywhere. And he's just completely stuck in a very purposely placed position, looking at you. You almost see a tear running down his eye. You can get to him easily enough.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't seem hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But
Is anybody else awake? No.
no, none of them are awake yet.
I'm going to wake up Tish.
Okay.
We're going to go to him.
Oh, what's happening, mate?
Just come with me for a minute. There's nothing to worry about at all.
Do I need to bring anything with me?
A flamethrower
Yep.
and
Duncan's ass.
and just a pie.
Ooh.
Just come with me.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
Where we going?
We go together. Watching left, right. Go to him. He's my baby.
Oh.
Can he move at all?
No.
Is he like up in a big tree?
How high up?
He's maybe 9 feet up.
What's Morris doing up a tree, mate? Like,
And then you can see him, and he's this big, beautiful spider's web, and he's thick. There's like 2 or 3 stuck on top of each other, and he's been placed like someone's taken his arms, his wings, spread them out, and just stuck him on and held him there until he's stuck fast.
I'm quite good at the acrobat. Should I try and climb up there with my little... I've got a... What's this? Dagger? Rapier. Which one's smaller? Dagger, because rapier's stabbier. Yeah, I've got my dagger in my pocket. I'm going to have a crack at going up the tree. I think.
Yeah, okay.
Don't smile like that.
Roll an acrobatics check.
Okay, that's that one.
You're amazing.
22.
It's alright, easy. You're like, and before you know it, you're sitting on the branch looking down there, and Morris is like,
And
get your
then
knife
what?
And hoping, I'm looking for spideys,
Mhm.
and I just start gently cutting around him.
It takes a couple of
Slowly.
minutes, but
Yeah,
you
slowly,
kind of your
gently.
knife, it pulls on some and gets stuck on some others, but you kind of cut through, and the last one you just take him carefully and kind of like back down the tree.
Come on, Morris, mate, let's get down this tree. That must have been yucky, buddy. Are you alright, buddy? Oh, you can have some of my pie.
Jumps back onto your shoulder.
And just clean him off.
What happened there?
Tell
How
him
did
I'm
that?
Sorry.
What?
It must have been an accident.
Something weird about you and spiders sometimes, my friend.
They follow me. They're very popular in the Underdark.
Really?
Oh, they love them down there.
That's sort of
Yeah.
creepy and kind of cool.
Yeah. There's nothing like being trapped in a cave with a massive spider.
Oh,
Gives you a whole new sort of look out on the world, yes.
is it like, you know how like Morris is your special animal? A spider's a special animal to you, do you think?
To me personally?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, are they a bad?
No.
Are they like, oh.
No. I don't want to be friends with them.
At least that one doesn't seem to have been bitey. Can't handle that. That freaks me out.
Morris, did anyone bite you? No.
Wow.
No.
Does this happen to you a lot?
Now and again.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
It's a drow thing?
Could be drowish. Yes, not all drow. No.
No,
no.
just you.
Well, no.
do,
There's
the,
some.
do the others know about this weird thing?
No, and if you tell them,
You'll hurt me, and you're my favourite, so
From that point,
everything is fine.
everything's
Yeah.
fine.
And at that point, you hear this almighty like, so go to sleep now.
Alright, breakfast then, is it?
No, why does that make you think of food?
No,
Oh, someone else's gas
Yeah.
makes you go, oh, I'm so peckish.
do I smell bacon?
Oh, I just like some eggs right now.
Oh,
Scrambled.
Delish.
The morning is yours.
Oh, well, while you guys are getting breakfast, we'll do my greenstones again. From my pocket. I got a big old 8.
Okay. Yeah, no good
so,
today.
so we lose the inspiration
Yes,
from
we
the day
have.
before.
Sad face.
Every night.
So,
So, you make breakfast, something to eat, feed the horses, very much like you did the day before. It's that kind of monotonous of a journey, and the monotony of a journey. You get
It's
on the
not
horses.
really that monotonous because we got attacked by big giants the day before.
Well, there's
Yeah.
kind of set it apart.
I wouldn't say yesterday was relaxed.
No, it'd be quite nice if it was monotonous, really, wouldn't it? A day when nothing's trying to kill us, it'd be a bit of a change.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
nothing weird happened in the night. So
The
that's
episodes
good.
would be much
Well,
shorter.
nothing weird happened in the night.
Not
That's
that I'm
good.
able to talk about, no.
Uneventful.
Yeah. And,
Was your watch all right then? Nothing happened.
Oh, it was okay. I may have just had a very strange feeling.
Well,
Ooh.
I get that sometimes. It's normally wind.
Yes, not that kind of strange.
Oh, I've had a strange feeling before and I ended up on a banister.
I don't know if it was that sort of feeling. Either,
No, I
probably.
don't think so.
No. Whee!
but yeah, so you talk, make journey, make haste. On your way, you go. But yeah, on this day is very much like the previous. A little bit overcast, good travelling day, light breeze. The only interesting thing, apart from the riveting conversation and the hourly inspirational quotes from your Northman companion, a quite particularly funny one about smelly fish cleansing the soul. The only other interesting thing to happen was off in the distance. It was about just after lunch. You're kind of making good headway. A small cloud of dust. You can see it just off in the distance. It's getting bigger. Something's travelling towards you at a relatively good speed.
Ooh.
And as you travel on quietly, you see a single horse being pushed at. What did you think of it?
Oh, I think we just both went ooh at the same time.
Something coming towards you at high speed. How's that funny?
I mean, that's
A
funny,
single,
but
a single, a single
apart from
horse
that-
being ridden at speed, galloping down the road, and it suddenly kind of dips down out of view and uncrisps a small rise, and this horse is being pushed to its absolute limits, and it just guns past you. Doesn't make any effort to get out of your way,
Ooh.
and just and before you know it, this
Who's
thing is
riding it?
gone. Make a perception check.
Do it. Ooh.
Oh, that'd be quite good. 20, not natural.
The individual was well wrapped in a dark brown cloak, a hood pulled up tight as it leant over the horse. You did get a glimpse with that. There was some kind of maybe light leather armour, dark pants, kind of more fighting attire than maybe travel.
Oh.
You did paying particular attention, notice a sword strapped to the back of the rider. You would have said quite with a 20, maybe light provisions. There wasn't much on the horse, but otherwise you couldn't tell if it was a human or elf, but it was definitely a more medium-sized humanoid, kind of not a dwarf or a gnome or something like that.
Well, he was in Ori.
Now, usually, in the Underdark, if someone is running very quickly in a direction, you often don't walk in the direction they're coming from. It's an ancient tradition.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know what you want to do, but if there's something coming after that thing, I don't necessarily want to meet them.
But that's the way we've got to go.
Hmm.
He might have just been in Ori to get somewhere. He might not be being chased. Can we see any other dust in the horizon, like someone else is coming?
Not that you can see.
He might have an appointment.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Might have had some bad claims.
Oh, you wouldn't want to be riding and have bad clams.
No.
Oh, heck, messy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But the rest of the day, uneventful. Make your way, and I think we'll say for another couple of nights the evenings go without too much of a hitch. Just the kind of expediency of travel. The days, the next day's travel is a little bit more overcast and the light rain that just makes everything damp. And cools everything right down, and about halfway through the mood becomes more miserable because it's absolutely saturated from this really light misty rain.
Great.
Makes for camping on that night a little bit more kind of miserable and quiet, but everything starts to dry out on the following day, and as you get to that kind of tail end, having made good steady progress, following the that's right. Following the lake now round, which is off in the distance, and you can see the large expansive body of water as you kind of rise up some hills, and you see it just
saltier and stuff.
Yeah, stretching out. This is one of the bigger lakes, the Twin Lake region, and you kind of heard
Salt
that it's
on my foot.
100 leagues across in both directions. So
that one.
you start making your way north, banking around and following the lake. And in the distance now, you start to see boats on the water. Some moored out at a distance.
Oh, you want to go for a swim?
Making their way in.
Bit of fishing?
No, I don't like the water.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nothing good has ever come out of the water in my experience.
Yeah. Well, there was that time she was an octopus boat thing happened.
Yeah, we nearly all drowned. We got attacked by a giant octopus.
Yeah, because that
It was
great.
so cool.
Yeah, but that's because our friend squished a thing, you know.
Well, yeah.
Are we on the morning of day 4? I'm just confused.
You roll it now for you as you get into the day.
Oh! I got a 12! Yay!
Excellent.
As you make good way, you slowly see, or you slowly notice this wall emerging, and the definitions of a city landscape. Anders Edge is a larger kind of a very, very large town, a smallish city, and the volume of fishing boats or boat traffic is increasing as you get nearer and nearer to the city. Obviously a big part of the trade of this kind of through town or through city, merchant city. Making your way up to the entranceway, there are a lot of kind of piers or docks running up the water's edge, which you can see part of. Some of it's obscured by a wooden wall along this part of the city.
I bet Skull's excited about having a feed of fish tonight. That'd be so
Lovely.
good.
Off on the far right, you can make out possibly a barge or some water vessel making its way east, leaving the city toward the coast. A riverway of some description linking the lake and the city to kind of the towns on the east coast, the very east coast of the continent. The wall runs encircling this bottom half of the town. You don't know how far up it extends. And then there's a kind of a mixture of roof lines that you can see some, all of us similar at this part, similar height, maybe kind of a single story, a couple of two-story buildings flitting up everywhere, but a large number on the right side as you come up to the gates of large roof lines, almost kind of factory-esque or your kind of storage shed.
What, their industrial areas built near their water?
Well, an industrial area that runs along the length of this first part of the coast.
Cool.
There's no chimneys pumping out smoke or something like this. You kind of wonder what's there. There's
It's just
obviously
full of children.
just a manufacturing
yeah.
space of some
Make
sort.
it sport shoes, probably.
Sweet
Yes,
shop things.
yes.
You know, they're fine. Yeah. Low
Moving
pollution.
into the up to the gates, there are a couple of guardsmen just wearing some kind of leather livery. Both of them with looks like a small rounded shield on their back, made of wood, with a kind of a metal boss in the centre. Both of them with a kind of just functional looking swords
Is
at
it
their
the
side.
same colour as the dude that was on Speedy Gonzales past us a couple of days ago? Days, sorry.
No, there's no colour. A little bit of yellow.
Beige.
Yeah, no yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, in the livery colour, as what Duncan would have explained to you was more of those muted kind of dark browns, black tones. So, but it didn't look official, like this.
Okay.
But you make your way up, and there's a kind of a pleasant welcome from them both as you enter the city. Yeah, they stop.
How pleasant.
Hello.
Welcome to Anders Edge. What business do you bring to us?
Well, depends what you need.
Well,
Hey.
We're just weary travellers who are not going to do anything bad in your city.
Yeah.
Said every exciting person in the world. No.
Exciting thing.
Leave your trouble at the gate. Enjoy yourselves. Spend coin.
Yeah.
Apparently you've got to stay at the gates.
Yes.
There's your name trouble.
Bye.
You look like trouble, I must admit.
That's a bit rude. Well, I just met you. Give me a
And we
minute.
don't even know names. Oh no.
Hey,
But
come and have a drink.
Yes, but yeah, enjoy. But please abide by the rules.
What's the name of the bloke we're trying to find? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
His name is Ordinay. Durin Ordinay, I think.
Who?
It's
Durin
Ordinay.
Ordinay.
Did we know anything about him? Just
No, Elvenis just gave you a very, very basic kind of run through on that. His friend was captured here and held against her will at a manor house in Anders Edge, and that is. Yeah,
Do we
what you
ask
kind of
them if they know Durin?
might as well. Hello, we're looking for the manor house of Durin Ordinay because we've got some stuff for him. Could you point us in the right direction?
I'm very, very sorry. The name doesn't ring a bell. Did you know what his standing is in the city?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know perhaps roughly where he lives?
He lives in a manor house.
Yeah,
in
in your
a manor
town.
house. Oh, okay. Well, the likelihood is that it'll be in the north part of the city. That's where some of the larger houses are. But yeah, I mean, you might have to inquire a little bit nearer there. So I'm terribly sorry.
Okay.
Has anybody gone missing lately?
No.
No, nobody's looking for someone. No. Okay, that's handy.
We just love a good true crime story. It's
Oh,
fascinating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you're just solving it and not creating.
Oh, no.
Then you.
Oh,
more than welcome.
no.
It's
No,
exciting.
no.
Where is the best place to get a good pie and a drink and some place to sleep here?
Um,
Oh, tell me about your taverns.
Well, there's a number of taverns. I mean, do you like a good
Beer, yeah.
fisherman's
Yes.
pie? Oh, beer, yes.
Oh,
fisherman's pie.
I could go a fisherman's pie.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
My friends.
Well, you can you can definitely try. I'd say the bosun's locker,
Yep.
and that's in the kind of the fishing quarter. You're probably just south of where the river, the lake joins the river.
Is there somewhere
something
where we
fancy.
can get our own pie and not the fisherman's one?
Yeah.
Because we'd quite like to have our own.
You're funny.
Is it?
No, it is a quite exquisite pie made from a mixture of I think this whitefish and maybe some shellfish caught from the lake, and it's quite delicious. So you can get it crusted, pastry top. Some places go a little bit off road and they do a potato top.
Oh, wow.
Little bit of
On that
little
fish
bit of fresh
pie.
cheese
Yeah,
on top.
yeah.
It needs a bit
Like
of
a-
paprika there.
yeah.
and,
Well, what about if we're like, we may not look like it, but we've got a little bit of money to spend. Is there a bit more of a fancier place to stay?
To stay.
Mm.
I mean, you could find rooms in the upper quadrant, the upper quarter. You could try the. I would say maybe the Crown.
Ooh, the Crown.
Oh.
That sounds lovely. Do they do a good pie?
Well, I imagine so. Everyone. I
They're
mean,
a
if
bit
you've got
fancy.
coin to spend,
Yeah,
then I think they would probably make you a quite delicious pie if you asked for one.
Is that in the bit where the manor houses are?
Yeah, adjacent to it, north part of the city.
Oh.
So, but yeah, I mean,
It's got all
there's
of
some
them.
lovely taverns around there, but they're a little bit out of my kind of. My
Not in
league.
a guard sort of spending frenzy.
No, I like I like the Humphrey Davy. That's a good.
The Humphrey Davy.
Yes, yes.
That
Oh,
sounds
well,
like
we've got to
fun.
go there, yes.
Humphrey Davy. Where's that?
That's not far. That's in the merchant section,
Ooh,
just kind of south
merchants.
end. Yeah, I ask any guard; they'll tell you about it. It's a good hangout in this part of the town for us.
Mm.
But
It's great choices.
yeah, just yeah, look after your things. Be good.
You said earlier about just following the rules, and could you provide any clarity on what the rules are?
Oh yeah, that's always handy.
That's easy. Don't steal. Don't kill anyone.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Avoid fighting in the streets. You will be broken up, and we.
Not looking so good so far.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
you will be you're sent to the kind of the guards barracks until such time as
So you
things are
could
sorted out.
fight inside, but not in the streets.
As long as you don't get caught.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you don't have like
right.
a fancy fighting ring or anything like that. That's
No,
good.
no.
Okay.
Rules.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of general. Yeah.
Be nice and
Be
stuff.
polite,
Mhm.
manners. Yes.
Manners.
What does the
Manners.
manners? Yes, we will use them. Is there anything particularly unique about this town?
Yeah.
Something that sets you apart from all the rest?
Well, we are very proud,
Oh.
to be honest, and we are very much a fishing trade city. We supply a lot of the smaller towns and the farming community, and we process a lot of goods. So it's a very transient merchant town as far as kind of produce goes. So there's a little bit of wealth up in, I said, the kind of the north north merchant section where I think you'll find your friend. But it's we like to think that we are a good, honest city. Oh yeah, and known for our fishing. I mean, we have some of the best fishermen here, and I mean, if you really want to try something quite delightful, then I could always recommend the Crack Shack. It's
Crack Shack?
Yeah, the best seafood you will
The crack.
anywhere.
Oh,
that sounds
yes,
good.
I
Especially
do.
they specialise in spider crabs, and these are these wonderful crabs, big carcass, long spindly legs, but the meat you get from them is quite succulent.
Spider
You get to
crabs.
pull them apart yourself, yes?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Yes,
It's one of those
yes.
things. They give you the
Let's
big,
go there.
the big paper thing to put around you. They give you that little hammer. You don't need one, do you?
Sauce.
No, I don't. I have a big hammer. But yeah, no, and it's just so beautiful. So that's right on the water's edge, and that's on the north. The north part, just on the north side of where the river joins. It's quite
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they have accommodation there as well, or was it just like
No, it's
an
just a
eatery?
restaurant. It's just an
Oh,
eatery
okay.
restaurant.
Okay.
I may as well stop there for a little nibble.
Yeah,
a
hungry.
crack shack.
I could
Yeah.
tell them about my idea for a fish thing that I've come up with all by myself.
Oh, you?
I'm calling it fish fingers. And what you do is you get a fish
Yep.
and then you stuff fingers in it.
Oh.
Wow.
Do you barbecue that?
Yeah.
Yes. Wrap it and then
That's like that
barbecue
thing
it.
where
That
you
sounds
have the
lovely.
thing, chicken inside the thing.
Oh
inside
yes,
the,
the
yeah.
ducking.
Turducken.
Yes.
But this is a
Yes.
fish fingering.
Or the Yorkshire goose, as it's known. Yes.
Sorry.
As you have this conversation, you just notice that the guard is just looking at you, Duncan, in like shock and like,
Oh.
move along now.
Thank you, guard. What was your name?
He's like, you can call me guard.
Okay.
Thanks, God.
Duncan.
Don't ever share
Do
that.
it.
Don't
Do
share.
it.
What?
Do it.
Do
Do
what?
the thing.
Oh,
You should watch this.
Oh, what's
Look.
this? I do a big jump.
He's very good, eh?
He's like, and he looks at you and he's like, and he jumps back quite high and then nods like,
Oh.
Wow.
Is my jump bigger?
roll a d20.
Ooh.
19.
19.
Oh.
That was about the same. And he
No,
looks at you
'cause
and
I
he
get
goes,
plus on my jumping.
unless
Unless he's level 6 or above. Oh, wait, he's 7 now, aren't we? Level
Yeah.
7 or above. My jumping will be better. He won't be level 7 because he's just
No.
a poxy guard.
Yeah.
And he looks at you and say, and they say, nice to meet you too. Move along.
Oh,
As
very
if he-
nice.
As if he'd just taken part in some strange meeting ritual.
Thank you for your beautiful welcome. Do have a very nice day.
Thank you, guard.
He kind of
Excellent.
walks away and is like, putting fingers in a fish. What a stupid idea. Fish fingers will never catch on.
Duncan, I think he was coming on to you there.
Oh, well, not really my type. He's human for a start.
Yeah.
As you
Total.
make your way into the town proper, you there are many intersection laneways. The pathways in the city seem to be made up of largish boulders or rocks or stones that are sunken into the ground, making this kind of oversized cobble effect on the pathways.
Yeah.
And even here in these entranceways, you see these little gullies down the side of the streets where there's kind of a little bit of water running, especially on the western side as you're looking out towards the lake. Now, immediately as venturing in, you can see this squared walled section off in the distance, right up by the lake. And you didn't notice it coming in because it was hidden by the wooden the wooden fence of the city. But it's a good number of blocks in length, and it has a number of guards, look like they're patrolling a kind of a balustrade along the top. And these guards seem to be wearing a different, more generic grey uniform, as if they're private. After this, then the town seems to open up.
Can I, while we're going past that bit, can I just ask someone what it is?
You pull the attention of a man as he's walking past, and that's the fishing company owned by Jackson Pollock.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's an arty farty type. He is, but no, he's I mean, you can as you like. I think he overcharges, to be honest, but he sends a lot of fish east and west, and they got the biggest boats, and they're a bunch of a-holes, if you ask me. But they're really taking it away from the smaller individual fishermen. Yeah, their livelihoods depend on it. But I'm not bitter.
Big corporate fishing, guys.
Yeah, corporate fishing.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'd be interested in my fish finger invention.
Yeah.
I think we should ask them.
Oh, don't give them any more excuses to make money. I mean, they're...
Oh, I don't think I'll make any money.
Oh,
It's quite hard harvesting the fingers.
The fish is easier.
Kind of looks
Fish
at you
is
funny,
easier,
like.
yeah.
I haven't really thought it through, have I?
No.
But yeah.
Oh, imagine those
He just wanders
giant ones.
Oh.
Oh,
You'd need a
no.
big fish, just
Yeah.
one finger.
Like a massive great tuna type thing.
I wonder if you could bone the finger, put it in the fish, tie it. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, the man's wandered off at this point.
Oh,
He
good.
said farewell. I mean, the
Barracuda.
streets are full of people passing by. It's a small town. There's groups of kind of youngsters running around.
Oh,
You
children.
see a couple of individuals on horseback making their way to the gate as you
Don't
kind of make your way through this kind of busy, very gridded section of a city. The laneways seem to be very straight and linear. Over to the right, it seems like there's a bit more of a slum going on. In the distance, you can see the housing starts to move from more solid abode or kind of small houses to more shack-like areas where it's a little bit lower lying, and you can see over that side a little bit of smoke suggesting open fires of some sorts. And it really seems to be confined in one particular corner in the distance. There's kind of little haze settling over it.
Can we ask someone where the Krabby Patty Shack is, please?
Yeah. Make a quick investigation check.
Oh, not my strong point. Oh, 17 minus 2.
There's
15.
You see there's a group of a couple of well-dressed children walking down. There's an older gentleman, just kind of hobbling along with a cane. 2 women walking towards you. I mean, who do you want to ask?
I want to ask the old man with the cane because he's been about longest.
Yeah, and he kind of looks at you. You kind of interrupt him. He's like, hello.
I give him the traditional Dwarvish welcome. Hello.
Hello to you too. How can I be of assistance?
Well, we're new in town, but we've been told the Krabby Patty Shack is a very good place to go to. Can you give us directions, please?
Oh, you mean the Crack Shack?
That's the one, yes.
There's nothing crabby about it. Well, there's lots of crabby things about it, but it's very good. You're obviously new into town if you're not knowing where the Crab Shack is.
No, we don't know where it is. That's why I'm asking you.
Yes. And he kind of looks, he goes, well, you go up.
I go and ask the lady.
Yeah. So you're up and oh no. You go up here through the merchant's quarter, and while he's explaining, you get a sense. He's there's the bridge over the river, and as soon as you get over the bridge, turn left, and then you'll follow the path, and it's the only building right on, literally on the lakefront. There's little rock pools there, and it stands alone, and it's not far from the wall to the noble quarter. It's quite a lovely place to go on. So yes,
That way.
They go north, north from the bridge, and that way.
Naturally, I stopped listening after the first 2 directions, as everyone does when someone's given them directions.
So we go the opposite way.
No, it's on the waterfront. That's all good.
Can you make a perception check, please?
I could. Beep. Oh! It's all good. As sweet as, off you go.
What did you do?
I got 19 and 2 is more than 20.
As the old man's talking to Duncan,
Yes.
you just feel ever such a slight change or a kind of a nudge in your pocket.
No! Like on my special stone.
Yeah.
And oh,
And you look around and there's a little girl, slightly grubby cheek, and she's like, and lickety split. She's just got her fingers creeping into your pocket, and just a little movement just caught your attention.
Just like Rabbit's arm.
Make a
Got your rapier?
make an attack roll. So roll a d20 and add your
Put them in the fish.
dexterity modifier.
First of
The
all,
D.
Make a grapple attack.
Oh yeah, that's great.
kid bits, you can't beat it.
Oh, you can't beat the kid bits.
So that's that and the dex, right?
Yeah,
13.
and your proficiency.
And
I just
okay,
reloaded
no.
up the crossbow.
Oh, and what's my proficiency? I'm just gone blank. I got so excited I've gone blank.
What are you doing? What?
Proficiency.
Oh, it's plus 3.
Oh, add 3 with the 16.
She
Oh, I
goes to
can't
wriggle.
even.
She goes to wriggle
breathe.
out, and you've got a good grasp of her arm. And she looks at you. She's like, "No, help! Help! She's trying to grab me! She's trying to grab me! Please, someone help me! Help! help.
Hey.
And suddenly everyone starts looking at you as you've got this child, and she goes, she's going to hit me. Please,
Or I'm going to, in a
go."
minute, little girl, you tried to steal something out of her
You tried
pocket.
to steal from my, and I just want to go to the crack shack and have a
the
spider
old
crack.
man comes and goes, you can't hit a child. Get
Oh.
off of her, you
No.
no.
Grandma Dana always used to tip me. It never did me any harm.
Leave the poor girl alone. What did you see? She bumped into you. Go
The
on,
guard at the gate said it was an honest place.
Yeah, he
Yes.
said there was no stealing. She tried to
She's
steal.
not. She's not going to shoot back over there with you. Get out of here. Come on.
This is a nice little job you've got going here, mister, with the young girl.
What are you saying?
You're
Can I roll
very good at
An
your
insight
job.
to see if like someone's in on it with her.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
What did you roll?
10.
You just. He didn't roll very well. You look as a moment where you talk to him, and there's this kind of. You just catch the tail end of a wink at the girl. And at the same time, he brings his kind of came down and Tish's hand. Get off, give her. And it's just enough for the girl to quickly lose her grasp and scoot off. And he's like, "That kid, don't come back. Get out of the." And he just looks at you and goes, "You've got to watch out for the kids. They're terrible."
Got to watch out for the creepy old men with a cane. Let's go.
I
Had enough of
Take
this.
offence.
You
I
should.
was giving you directions like a polite old man.
You're alone, old bugger.
Well,
Off we
you want
go.
to be like that, you can find your own way to the crab shack. And I
Be
hope you're
faster.
sick. I hope you have seafood poisoning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not
Just
very
kinda-
nice,
He turns
Dreadhead.
around and, with a little bit more pep than when you saw him to start, kind
You
of
should
scoots,
run. You should
scoots
run.
off into the crowd, leaving you to mull over your first impressions of the city.
This
And
sucks.
That is where we're going to hold.
Oh,
for the
what?
session.
I was going to mage hand the fingers at him.
You so should.
Thanks, everyone. Tune in next week. Oh, I'm trying to speak without coughing now. I don't know why. Tune in next week and we'll find out what beholds us at the Krabby Patty Shack, whose name I've got totally wrong, and I'm going to keep calling that from now on. Check us out on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all those sorts of things. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night.